Hey, Dylan Siegel here. Welcome to my channel. And in this video, we're going to discuss how to use ChatGPT to make sophisticated AI trading algorithms. Specifically, we're going to get into the details of the coding environment, specifically Python, and we're going to just discuss about the ideation process, how I would prompt ChatGPT-5 to output novel trading strategies, specifically AI trading strategies. We're going to discuss about all the nuances in between. And yeah, let's get right into the video, guys. Okay, so if you guys are wondering what was going on in the background, this is a arbitrage bot. It's looking at Binance data and also looking at Hyperliquid data for Ethereum and trying to see if there's some sort of arbitrage opportunity. And usually Binance ends up leading Hyperliquid. So that's a real great strategy. The real issue is with this is I ran into that you need to have co-located servers in order to take advantage of these sort of arbitrage opportunities. And we'll discuss that. If everything I'm talking about is completely out of the, you've never seen a Python development environment, or you've never thought about making a trading, if you're a complete beginner, just let me know in the comments, and I would love to create like, a full beginner, like bring you up to speed. But right now we're going straight into the most sophisticated Python applications you can create right now, and some of the most exciting ones too, right? AI is really, really cool to mess with. It ultimately it's gonna be the equalizer when it comes to trading algorithms, because yeah, it's just the way that neural nets work. It just allows for a more sophisticated strategy with less resources and less complexity. So let's get right into it. So to make a trading algorithm with ChatGPT-5, we're gonna first give it context. So the most important thing when it comes to prompting an AI, to give it the most granular context possible. So what I say by that is I need to give the AI first off, what operating system and what hardware is on my operating system. So I'm pretty sure I have, okay, so I'm gonna need this for sure. So this is latency when it comes to executing on Hyperliquid. So I'm gonna need that. And I will also need system specs here. So we're going to actually create a new file here. So we're going to take system specs, which this file, all it is describing I have Windows 11. I'm using actually Python 3.13.6. I'm using CUDA 12.9. I have a CPU, the AMD Ryzen 9 7900X. You get it, right? I have a 5070 Ti, and then I have 32 gigs of RAM. And then I kind of just describe a little bit about the primitives and just a little bit more detail. So the more granular you are, the better the output you're going to get. So we're here in ChatGPT-5. All I'm going to do is give it, well, let's just make the document here, right? So we're going to give it that. We're just going to make this here. And we're not going to have ILO open. And yeah, bear with me here. And I'm going to pull this data. So what this data is a essentially a latency checker for Hyperliquid. So I ran a bunch of trades on Hyperliquid and I measured the latency, all sorts of high frequency style data analysis or data capturing. So it's a lot of information. However, the AI loves that. It really, the more information you can give it, the better. Okay, so right now I just have like system spec and information about Hyperliquid latency and trading on Hyperliquid. So why do I say Hyperliquid? I'm trading on Hyperliquid. It lets me as a US citizen use futures. And for my specific use case, so my specific algorithm I'm trying to create is a high leverage a high leverage strategy. So I want to use 40x. I want to use max leverage on my trading strategy. And I also need to work around my latency. So for example, if I can push an order onto Hyperliquid, and my latency on that exchange is like 2 seconds, a little bit less than 2 seconds, then I need an algorithm that can essentially predict the market beyond that scope. So beyond 2 seconds. So I need a fairly large alpha that doesn't decay within that. So a lot of microstructure indicators and all that kind of decay, but they're very good at predicting short-term price movements. And there are ways to take those short-term price movements and essentially create a signal that predicts further onto the future. So I want a strategy that probably is going to push minutes into the future. So I want something that predicts at least 1 minute plus that can beat fees and all sorts of slippage and whatever else is going to cause me to lose money when I click the trade on execute, right? Which is the fee, are you a maker or a taker? There's a whole bunch of little things. But right now, we are going to prompt ChatGPT with this. However, I want to explore the AI realm and how this is how can AI help me create this signal, right? At the end of the day, we're taking in the WebSocket data, and I need to find a way to take that WebSocket data in, ingest it into the AI, and then have the AI output some sort of number that represents price prediction. So usually when you take WebSocket data in, you need to create a vector, and you need to do some sort of data pre-processing in order to get it into the AI. So at the end of the day, we're balancing, data pre-processing, output signal, and what type of neural network that we're going to create. And if you didn't already know, we're going to use Pytorch, which is like industry standard right now. Helps you iterate so quickly, and it's able to just give you a quicker way to run code on your GPU, specifically my NVIDIA GPU. So actually, let's choose which project so we're not going to choose that project. Let's see here. I need to check what this environment is. Actually, you know what? We're going to create a new project here just to kind of bring you up to speed on how to do this. Okay. So we're going to create a new folder here. AI bot, we're going to call it. Okay. And we're going to open it in VS Code. No, that didn't work. So I didn't click on it right. Well, make sure I click it right. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to create my Python environment. So we need to get a virtual environment going so that I can run this code. Absolutely not. I do not want to do that. I want VNV. I want this. Enter. We're going to skip that. Okay. So you'll see this virtual environment file here. I am going to create a new Python file, and this is it. So what I just did there was very easy. It's a very common thing to do. You just create your Python setup. Now, I'm going to need to get Pytorch downloaded, and I specifically use the Nightly because I'm using such a new version of Python, Windows, all that good stuff, right? So we're going to get my terminal going here, and we're going to install Pytorch. So now, while Pytorch is loading, we are going to back to Chat GPT-5, and this is my ideation process when designing novel AI strategies. I give it as much context as possible. So I'm going to just describe the sort of overall strategy that I want. I want to trade on Hyperliquid want to trade on Hyperliquid. I'm going to just specifically choose ETH perp. Now I choose Ethereum because the tick size is like 10 cents. When you do Bitcoin, you can get more leverage, which is 40x, but the tick size is $1. And actually, I don't necessarily know if that's going to be fine grained enough for me because I just need a little more volatility than a full dollar tick. So that's just my thinking around Ethereum perp. So I want to trade on Hyperliquid Ethereum perp, isolated leverage, 25x. I'm just going to give it tick size. See, I'm being as granular as possible, right? The more information you can give the AI, the better the output. So I'm going as deep as I can. So tick size is going to be 0.1, which is 10 cents tick size. I want a novel AI strategy that can predict price 1 minute plus into the future. Now I'm going to say using high frequency data microstructure style ideas. So now I'm going to do, let's think of the best ideas here. Now, I'm going to take inspiration from the ARC AGI prize. It's a benchmark, but it's meant to measure intelligence. At the end of the day, if my trading algorithm is too rigid, it'll only be good at like one regime, right? But I want it to be able to adapt and learn online quickly. So I want it to be essentially an online learning only. So online learning only, adapt quickly, fully novel math, use Pytorch primitives, and use Pytorch primitives. The idea is to make an AI learn quickly and adapt quickly and trade profitably. Come up with 5 novel ideas and give it a score. I've done this a few times and it kind of helps to do that. So we'll just we'll start to get to think, right? You don't need to be perfect on the first prompt. It never gives like the best answer right away. So we have Pytorch installed. We'll probably need some sort of WebSocket.py. We're gonna need basically I want it as simple as possible. I just want to run it with like one file. What we're looking for is just one file to run, have it like no training, right? This is going to be just a novel sort of online learning only algorithm. So we're almost going to use the AI algorithm or the neural net as almost like a trading indicator. The data comes in and there's some sort of number coming out, but that number will represent the signal, and we'll use that number to make calls to the Hyperliquid API. So we're designing like the most high level trading algorithm. I don't see many people doing this on YouTube. This is what it takes to like make a profitable algorithm, right? Because Edge and Alpha, all that stuff, like everyone's competing together, and you really need to stand out. And creating novel code is a plus here. So, all right, we are. Where did we go here? I think we were here. Nope, that's not it. Just kidding. We're here. Okay. So let's see what AI spat out here. Oh, okay. So actually what I gave it was so I actually gave it data on the Binance arbitrage situation. So I corrupted its mind, but it's okay. If we use Binance as our data source, even better. It's totally fine. Okay. Given your HL Binance diagnostics and 25x isolated constraint, here are 5 genuinely different online microstructure AIs that forecast 60 to 120 seconds forward and are practical on my hardware. So, okay. It might be trying to do an arbitrage AI because I kind of gave it that sort. There is a real arbitrage opportunity, but the real arbitrage for me is using Binance as the leading sort of data because true price discovery is happening on Binance, and every other exchange is just following that essentially, for the most part. All right. So you'll see a lot of hawks intensity. It's you'll see some repeating ideas that AI will consistently suggest. And then multi-layer perceptron, the MLP, is very, very good. Although it's learning with backpropagation and gradient descent, which I do kind of just want like a pass through, a forward pass. I want it to be not using the standard things, basically. I know this stuff works. It'll offer, so this isn't novel enough for me, per se, right? This is good. It's good to get it thinking. I'm gonna kind of guide it a little bit more. So in theory, I want to create a novel AI trading indicator that does the price prediction. I don't want traditional AI parts, fully novel. I want you to think in terms of Blackwell architecture, primitives, and math on my silicon. Yeah, let's just get that going. You don't even need to spell right, to be honest. Like, it's crazy how good AI is. It really is how good you can prompt it and how deep you want to think about things, right? Because many people just do surface level algorithms where it's like, oh, do the RSI crossover, or use, for example, you can use this sort of data, which is K-line data. This is 1 minute K-line data from Binance. I have the entire history right here. This isn't granular enough. This is pretty good. Like, you can get a very sophisticated strategy from this data, but we're using stuff that's way more. So for example, I've downloaded data from Hyperliquid, and I guess I think it's in backtest here. No. Well, yeah, here it is. Yeah, so I have like a billion row data that I'm trying to clean right now. That is just raw tick and raw 20 levels of order book data from Hyperliquid. And that I can use to like train an AI, but right now we're going all online. I could use it to do a 1 minute K-line, but we're gonna focus. We're just gonna use WebSocket data. Okay. So I've adjusted its mind to think of the AI as a trading indicator, right? Data coming in, signal coming out predicts the future, and then we'll use essentially just a simple decision engine to trade that signal. Okay? So now it's gonna, the more you talk about primitives, primitive math, think about the silicon, like all these little things are gonna let it think more granular. It's going to think, oh, how do I design this on the 5070 Ti? How do I design it around the system and the hardware that we have here? So That's interesting. It says, I'm not going to say that, but that was interesting. All right, online okay. Now I'm just going to trust it and say I want the full code file, use Binance WebSocket data. I want a single code file that tests this the best algo and does paper trading. Full data, max verbose, default, no args, one easy file to run, max data collection, and simple terminal summary to iterate. All of these things help me get a better output. So feel free to use it. It's so basically I just want an easy to run strategy right now, but I want that strategy to essentially do paper trading, so pretend to trade on the exchange. I also want it to just collect as much data about this trading indicator as possible so that we can give the data back to ChatGPT so that it can refine the strategy. So that's like the main thing that I'm doing here. I'm basically getting code, copying it from ChatGPT, putting it into my Python environment on VS Code, running the code, getting the error or getting the data, copying back into ChatGPT-5, and I do that over and over and over again. It's very simple. I'm not writing any code. I'm just using my mind, my ideas, and guiding the AI to what I want. And that's all it takes. But many people don't understand. It's so simple, yet you can go as sophisticated and novel and crazy as you want. You'll see. This will probably not run first shot, but we will get it going. So it's gonna make it in a single file. So I'm gonna need WebSockets. So I don't have that installed in my environment right now. We'll get that downloaded. There you go. Yeah, I'm trying to create a community of quant devs, and I'm just trying to share the most high level sort of ideas, the most high level quant finance, Python code. I just want to do it at the highest level here. I'm still new to this, but I've been doing this for, I've been prompting AI since ChatGPT came out for code. So I've kind of been a vibe coder the entire time. And yeah, I've gotten really good at just prompting AI and getting what I want from it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. The more you learn about the subject, the more you know about the nuances and all the things that you need from it. So this is going to essentially give exactly what I want. I don't even know. So, okay, these are going to be the parameters to tune, specifically when for example, if we get a bad signal, maybe we'll tune just a couple of these numbers here and we might get a better signal that's more profitable. So essentially what's going to happen here is we're going to have WebSocket connect to Binance. It's going to create the data for the AI to ingest or feed off of. And yeah, it's going to run through this QFR60 model. And then it's going to go through there. And then there's going to be a decision engine after that, which is our paper trader. And we're going to get some essentially real data. Like, how would this work in a real situation? Now, of course, you can make it more realistic by giving it your latency. So for example, if I was taking Binance data and then I was trying to trade on Hyperliquid, I would be like, hey, there's going to be like a 1 second delay whenever you hit buy. It'll be like 500 milliseconds for that to get into the order book and traded. And then you're going to take another 1 second to even see that trade was acknowledged. So unfortunately, I have pretty high latency, but it's okay. It forces us to make a better strategy, right? The high frequency stuff, we'll work our way up to that. We'll get co-located. We'll get the latency down. We'll end up buying sophisticated data sets. Like we can do it all. But right now we need to just focus on getting something that works on Hyperliquid. That's like my end goal. So we got something here. We don't even need WebSockets actually. We did one file. So Python main.py. So it's very simple. I copy pasted. We're gonna run it. I spelled Python wrong. And yep, we're gonna run it. Now I like to keep this open just to see. Now the fact, if this runs first try, that's just showing you that Chat GPT-5 is really, really good. I could not do this on Grok. I could not do this on Gemini. I could not do this on Claude. Okay? Trust me, I've tried a lot. Even on Quant, I couldn't do it. There would always be some sort of error. Now, I might be speaking too soon. It doesn't look like it's working. So, this is where we debug. Pretty simple. We're just going to copy this. So I'm saying I need full debug print statements. I need some indication that it's trying to work or find out where it's going wrong. So I need all this data in the terminal. Nothing happened. I need full debug prints and max verbose data. And then we'll just print that. And then I'm going to just be like full code file. My thing is, I just get to output the full code file. I don't even mess around with this agent stuff and I won't even, okay, there it goes. Okay. So this would probably be a better error message to give it, but usually when it thinks about it again, okay. So we're gonna get max verbose debugging. So we might see just like raw WebSocket prints in here, but it's okay. We'll see what it gives us. But yeah. So a lot of the time when you're running these custom AI, novel AI math, there's just some tensor mismatch here. You know, this tensor didn't match up with that. This is like very nuanced stuff. Chat GPT-5 will get it. Trust me. It never gets it first try. It's so complicated, so new. No one's ever run this AI before. Right? Like, this is completely novel, right? No one's ever done this sort of math, and that's an exciting thing, right? You can run math that's never been run before ever, right? You can truly explore new ideas with AI, and that's really exciting to me. It's like the most exciting thing you can do right now. AI has fundamentally changed the game for coding, and it's super exciting to make trading strategies here. So we'll get this running. We'll get some data out, and then just follow me and let me know if you guys like this sort of content. Is it too difficult to follow? Is it too sophisticated? You mean to like kind of bring it down a level? Like, give me some feedback in the comments. I can make this really easy to understand. I just wanted to like go max first video. I've been going live and doing all this stuff live essentially. And I'm just trying to build the community, guys. A lot of people, they pretend like their edge or their alpha is so secretive and like they can't let you know. But I don't feel that way. I just want to give the value up front and just show you guys like, hey, this is what's possible. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, this edge or this alpha right here probably is not going to be profitable. You know, we never know. It could be, but we'll find out right now. So the way I designed this project is to immediately know, is it profitable? Is it not profitable? So here we go. We are getting raw prints. So we're not using too much of the GPU. So when it comes to these, let's see here. Okay, it's not really using this QF. Okay. Okay. So it maybe is using that. I'm just gonna give it a sample of this. So this isn't really what I wanted. I also want it to have the summary. I want it to show you the trades it's taking. Already can tell you right now it's doing L1 order book. So it's doing a lot of things that I don't want it to do. But as you can see, the core premise of the AI is here, right? This BQ and this AQ signal is the number it's producing. It's just essentially making this signal, and we're gonna go to ETH. So ETH is looking pretty volatile right now. And the way that this number changes is essentially the edge or the alpha that we're going to use as a signal. It doesn't look like it's, you know, changing too much. Nice, looks like the website, okay, but your bar loop probably crashed on the formatting bug and it silently died. Okay. So it's going back and notice that it made an error, right? I'm going to close it here. Controlled C, closing it out. Yeah. I will. Okay. Well, whoops. We'll close this out. And yeah, this is pretty much it, guys. Like, if you can do this over and over again, like go back and forth between AI and guide it in the right direction the way you want to, knowing what you know, you'll get a very, very good trading algorithm. Something that won't decay in like 10 seconds from just running it, right? Specifically, AI is really hard because it's kind of like the black box. You don't really know what the signal's going to look like. And in theory, I could run like 10 of these AIs in parallel, do an analysis. That's a little bit more sophisticated, maybe for another video. I've done that before on traditional like microstructure indicators. Like I've run a bunch of different math to see which one is like giving the best edge, and then just using the best ones and bringing those to a trading algorithm. You can do that. Like the possibilities are truly endless on what you can do. Right now, we're just kind of like, I'm just going to go with the first idea it came with. I would be refining it. I would be diving deep. Maybe we can do that a little bit, but in the next video. This video is getting pretty long. Okay, we're just going to get this running and then show if it's going to give us anything good here. Okay. So we're getting the and I'm just going to tell it to use a little bit more of my my GPU. For some reason, whenever you tell it to make an AI, it uses like 1% of the GPU. I kind of want to I want to see it being used. So I just told it to optimize for the GPU essentially. And yeah, that was not ever giving me any data. So this is the third time we're prompting it. Well, you will see it run successfully. It was missing that sort of tensor misalignment. And actually, I might take whatever it takes here, start a new chat, or I could run it through Grok and then Gemini or another AI just to kind of get a second opinion. And then I can bring that back into Chat GPT-5. Like there's so many different ways you can, there's more things you can do with the manual vibe coding way that essentially if I get stuck on something here, I'll bring it into Grok and it'll find it and then continue on there. Okay. So let's just, so this is called the Q Flux Resonator with spectral multi-head. So it's probably talking about a multi-head attention. Max verbose, streams Binance, Ethereum. So we're gonna get depth 5, so 5 levels of the order book at 100 milliseconds, plus tick level, plus book ticker. Fully online learning, conformal gate, paper trading, CSV logging. Uses more GPU. Paper trading only, not investment. Okay, it's getting a little, this is not investment advice, guys. So, okay, we're getting our stream. Yeah, we'll see what it does. Like at some point, like the code is so sophisticated that, you know, no one's really going to understand what's going on. But the beauty of running code is like you can easily see, like our end goal is obvious, right? It's like a profitable trading strategy. I click the button, it makes money. It doesn't matter what's going on inside as long as I know it works, right? So you need that sort of like, okay, I know exactly what it's trying to do. I know the output. I want it to make money. Simple as that, right? So running code is beautiful because you can just flush out, you know, maybe hallucinations or something like that that you might think ChatGPT-5 would give, but it honestly gives really good code, like excellent code. Now, some AIs have like deprecated language built into their knowledge. That could be easily fixed. I see that a lot, like the Torch AMP stuff, and there's just a little nuance to doing this, but at the end of the day, this is the coolest thing you can be doing right now for trading algorithms, is trying to run an AI and make some money with it, specifically as like a trading indicator, because those things, you know, microstructures, all that stuff are good, but the nuance you get from neural nets, it's way more. Okay, we're gonna run it again. Okay. Tensor box, no. So I think we got a less intelligent model there. We're going to we're gonna see if this can work here. We're gonna get this working, okay? So there's definitely some sort of error. This is the error message that you could immediately tell it's not right. It would look like this if it was working, but it's not. So, and let's actually look at this here. So it's giving millisecond mid, BB, BA. So this looks like some sort of, yeah, this is like the indicator. It's gonna give a massive CSV file. It's a lot of numbers. Okay, position, USDT, volume. All right. So we'll get this running, but this video is just kind of just to show you my my way of designing trading algorithms. It's really just a research process, and you have the most sophisticated coder on your side, and everyone has access to it. I mean, I pay the $20 per month plan. You're crashing inside Torch compile because it's trying to lower a metmal. Okay, to a Triton kernel. Oh, we're trying to do Triton kernel. Okay. So it figured it out what it was trying to do. It was trying to do some sort of low level. Yeah, we don't want to use Triton because I do need to download. Yeah. Oh, I see. I will download it. So I need Triton for Windows. Triton for Windows. It's like pip install Triton Windows something. I forget what it is. See, Gemini did not understand pip. Let's see if it gets it. So you run these issues. I've done this so many times where I know for a fact Triton gives let's just avoid update code, give full code file, no Triton. Ooh. Ensure AI indicator is forward pass, fully modulating, non-back. I'm just gonna fully change it here. Propagation. Using max 5070 Ti GPU. Novel math primitives. Full subfile. We'll get it to iterate. We will iterate. It's the beauty. You could literally just do whatever you want, right? Like this wasn't really working out. AI, this is gonna get this AI thinking a little bit better about, oh, so we're trying to do a paper trading strategy with AI. Okay, so we're using these sort of this math. Okay, let's iterate. Let's make this better, right? Okay, we saw that this AI was doing that, and then you get the AI thinking by having this code down, and I might actually get a better code by iterating. So usually I'll iterate 100 times with GPT, like not 100 times, but like I'll have it give 10 ideas, choose the best idea out of that, give it another 10 ideas from the best ideas that you found, and then keep going down the line until it's like we've iterated at least a couple times, and then I'll use that strategy. Yeah, no Triton, run forward only. No, yeah, zero back propagation. No deprecated APIs. Now, one way to know they're using the large GPT-5 model is the way how slow it is. It's pretty slow, but we will get this going. How long has this video been? Either way, guys, like the way I go live, and it'll be 3 hours long, and we'll just be coding away. Yeah, just make sure you follow, and yeah, I'm always going to share the strategy. I'm not a big influencer, so I doubt anyone anyone of consequence will steal the edge or the alpha. But either way, it's an infinite amount of alpha and edge you can create with AI. And yeah, I'm just trying to show you guys, like, this is what you can be doing. You don't need to at the end of the day, like YouTube is kind of filled with like garbage. Not gonna lie. It's filled with really bad, scammy sort of yeah, sort of ideas, right? It's like, oh, don't use Python, it's too complicated. Use this platform that I made for you, right? Like, no, we're gonna do the real thing here. We're gonna have Python. And you can use Rust, right? You can use any different sort of coding language. Really, it doesn't matter. Python is the easiest because it's so easy to run it, get the error, run it back and forth, and I can use it on my GPU. It can use CUDA code really well. So there are trade-offs, and there's always little nuanced things with this stuff. But yeah, we're all learning together. I'm learning right now, right? Learning live. I will learn live, like I go live all the time, and I'll just kind of do this. But I wanted to see how a normal video would do. So we will launch this video, and then maybe go live afterwards, but we'll see. So running a paper trade is always solid. It's always going to give you some idea, oh, is it profitable, right? At the end of the day, like if it just gives me a bunch of numbers, I'm not going to know if that is making any sense. I do want it to spit up a paper trade. And you really can do everything as one single file, guys. Like this has never been possible before. One single file, everything ready to go. Now, at the end of the day, I would 100% break these up into different files. I'm just doing this for the video for ease of use. But I would break these up into like Paper Engine so that I can tweak the sort of the fees and whatnot for like the slippage and whatever. Right, so there's fee, slip, bips, right? So you'd want to tweak that. It's probably not going to use the most accurate. It'll probably be more expensive than it normally is, which is fine to overestimate the expense. Because then if you can beat the overestimated expense, then it'll just be more profitable live. Now, is it mimicking latency? See, all these little things you'd want to tweak to make it more realistic. So I would have paper. I would have different files that make this Python code more modular. And yeah. But right now, and actually, pro tip here, if you're still in the video, I use a context grabber. So for example, if you have a bunch of different files, you need a way to quickly just grab like all the code and put it into a single large text file. Kind of like, I can show you here. So I have this Go script. This is the super secretive one. It's a super secretive script. Okay, well, this is the SSH. I'm running a, let's see. I'm running a data processing script. I don't think it's even working. That's probably an issue. But, is it working? It's doing something. Either way, where is it? Yeah, here we go. So I'll use context grabber and I'll get context output, which is all these files in one giant block. I'll copy paste this with the error into there so that the AI has max context. Okay. So we got the file here. All right. Let's run it. Okay. Now, was there any sort of error up here? No. So WebSocket connected. We are, yeah, look at that, guys. Okay. So at the end of the day, I will end up making a script. So what we can do here is I need a script called alpha.py. Oh, okay, let's make sure. .py that reviews the CSV and makes a dense knowledge report about the alpha. Okay, so now that we have all this data, right, it's gonna go by, like I can't, yeah, it's making trades. It's attempting, right? And I didn't train it. This is fully gonna just kind of learn by doing. Now this is gonna be hard to understand. So that's why we're collecting the data. And then I'm gonna make a script that just reviews this data here and essentially extracts, it condenses this data into a simple summary to understand, right? Is it working? Is it not working? That's kind of all we want to know. And I really cannot tell if it's working here. So let's see, does it print like a little summary? Oh, okay. So it does produce a little summary. Right now, so 100 seconds have gone by. It's taken 22 trades. Win rate is 18.2%. Realized is like negative $96. Is that MTM? I'm not sure what that is. There's probably some sort of error in this, but yeah, we're running a sophisticated AI strategy. It's paper trading. It's learning live. Now we're not going to get the checkpoint file. The longer you run it, the longer you let it trade, essentially the more it'll learn, in theory. Yeah. Now there's different ways to make trading algorithms. Probably the better way to do it is the traditional way, where you train it on a large data set and then you run it as inference, and then maybe every so often you do another training run to update it. But the holy grail is to have something that kind of just adapts on its own. So, okay, the win rate has gone up 2%. So 170 seconds, win rate is 20.5%. So in theory, the longer I let this run, the better it will get, because that's how online learning works. So guys, we will call it here, right? Look, we're running a highly sophisticated AI trading algorithm strategy. Like, if this is not exciting to you guys, like, oh my God, like, no one's ever been able to do this before. No one's ever run this strategy. And this is completely novel. Completely novel. No one's ever run this. Now, to say it's profitable within about, how long have we been running it for, like 200 seconds? It's not going to, right away spit out, oh, it's so profitable. But there's ways to tweak it. There's ways to tune it. And it's just like any algorithm strategy. Like, there's tuning. First you get the whole idea, you make the concept, and then you tune it afterwards. So, yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'm going to run it for a little bit longer, but yeah, let me know if you guys like these sorts of videos. If you want to learn more, if you want me to break it down into simpler steps. If this was too high level, just let me know. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe. And yeah, see you guys later.